this one will be the hardest to teach, partly because this involves actual demonstration, and I can't demonstrate it from my room because you don't see a full view of me. So this is perhaps the hardest one to teach, but I'll have a few videos perhaps that will help you. All right, we now come to module 8, drill and marching. Okay, and after that, hopefully we have time to cover induction, investiture, and Pathfinder Day, and so on. All right, now drill and marching is very essential in pathfinding. Okay, why? Because number one, it promotes unity. Yes, I will show you some video. It is, if there's one thing that really get the Pathfinder to really become united, because without unity, you can't do drill and marching. Okay, you can't do drill and marching, and it also promotes order. The Pathfinder become very orderly. They become alert, and they become very obedient to each command given by the Pathfinder director and the drill instructor. And it provides the basis of teamwork. Yes, they learn to work as a team. And of course, next time when you ask them to fall in, they understand immediately what I mean by fall in, because the drill and marching has prepared them for what I call positioning. You want them to be in the column formation, line formation. I'll explain to you what all those terms are. Column, line, rank, file, and so on, okay? Right? You've got to look at your left flank, right flank. What do you mean? Check your distance, check your interval. What does it mean? So I will explain all these drill terms. Now, pathfinding can be a fun thing, okay? Oh my, if they do it well, it's a fun thing they enjoy, especially the last man out, okay? You give the command very quickly, and the one who did wrong get eliminated, and the last man standing, you'll see who is the last man standing, okay? Now, and of course, if it's done well, there is a sense of pride, because it really shows a very effective, highly disciplined club. Now, this picture was taken in the year 2000. At that time, I was still not the youth director. The next year, I became the unit youth director. I was the pastor of this group. I brought them to our Pathfinder Union-wide Camporee in Sarawak, and they really stole the show. Why? Because this one is a very special drill known as silent march. No command was given. From the moment I said go, they have to remember how to execute everything on their own for a full, I think, what, 12 or 15 minutes. And, you know, and it's not easy because there were a lot of formation they were doing. No command. So this is a silent drill. That requires a lot of planning, but it really won the respect of the people, you know, when they saw the first time an example of a silent drill. No, so far nobody have done silent drill, but this one. So there was no commander giving any command. They have to remember how to do the whole thing by themselves, right? No words was actually mentioned, only hearing the stamping of their foot and the marching steps and so on. Now, I will show you some very incredible military videos, I mean drill videos that I have collected. I have quite a few of them. Due to the time, I will not be able to show you, and even this I won't go through the 6 minutes. One of the most impressive drill I've actually seen has to be the Chinese military. Now, I have often wondered how they can do what they do. You know why? First of all, let me tell you why. You see, to even get 24 people to do is really hard. But you know, what you're going to see is 1,000 persons in each of those contingents. But if you actually count, there are 1,000 persons in each of this contingent, and look at how exactly straight they are. It is incredible, all right? So watch this little video, all right? Incredible.
Academy. They are the youngest team in the parade with an average age of 18. The new generation of sailors is helping to build a powerful naval force.
Look at that. This is 1,000 people strong. Look at how straight they are. This is really remarkable. Each of this contingent is 1,000 people.
Stepping forward is the Marine Corps. The Marines are skilled in both land and sea combat. They are an important force in protecting China's sea territory and supporting island combat.
The kind of marching on the goods area, okay? Sorry, good step. This
aviation, air defense, airborne, radar, and electronic countermeasure forces. It has always been improving its capability in air attack, defense, strategic delivery, and airborne
It's quite
combat.
remarkable that they get all of them executed so precisely. Look at how straight they are. By the way, it's not hard. Later you see the ladies involved. The ladies are able to
The
do
Airborne
exactly
Squadron
what the men are
formation
able to
is selected from troops which fought the Korean War in the early 1950s. More recently, they parachuted into the mountainous areas during rescue operations following last year's Wenchuan earthquake in southwest China's Sichuan province.
hoping that you will see the ladies, because that was very, very impressive.
Now come cadets from the 2nd Artillery Corps. The 2nd Artillery Corps is an important deterrent force. Its capability of strategic nuclear counterattack and mid-and long-range accurate strikes will be greatly enhanced. The SAC is a strong support for our national security and development.
How incredibly, now this is the one. All these are ladies. They are able to do exactly what the men are doing.
These female soldiers and cadets are from the 4th Military Medical University, the Beijing Military Area Command, the Navy, and the Air Force. Women can be seen on the front line of fighting disasters in guard points from mountain to sea and in every...
All right, now I just want to show you the different style. What you saw just now is the Chinese being communist, okay? They learn it from Russia, and that kind of marching steps is known as the goose steps, okay? That's why you notice the foot will shoot out. Now, the Hong Kong police, this one is also very impressive, just 44 seconds, so you can see the whole thing. This is British style, okay? So, British style, so their hand movement is quite different from the Chinese one, okay? So, this is the Hong Kong police, watch this one, very impressive too. But what you notice is a smaller contingent, so not as good as the one in China, because the China is 1,000 strong. So this one is only probably about 30 of them. But look at that, it's still very incredible. Look at that. How they execute the left flank. That one just now was what we call the left flank march. Just one step. Right. Then another flank. This is based on the British, okay? All right, okay, that's it. So here you can see what I meant earlier on when I said that when your Pathfinder really practice hard and they're able to perform and execute drill and marching with such precision, it's bound to bring about a sense of pride in being so disciplined, in being to operate as one unit. So it requires a lot of practice before you can reach that, all right? Okay? All right, now let me come to the qualities of a good Pathfinder drill instructor. Now, if you're going to teach drill, you make sure you really know it. If not, going to learn from somebody from the Air Force or from the military, the police, so you know how to do it correctly based on your country drill standards. Now, these are 4 important qualities I want to talk about. Number 1, you've got to be very patient. Never lose your temper or scold a Pathfinder. Never humiliate them, right? Look at this picture. Never humiliate, like this Sergeant Major humiliating this person who was stepping out of line. Don't ever do that, all right? Pathfinders, I mean, even though we're uniformed, but they are not soldiers, so please don't treat them like soldiers. We want to teach them discipline, yes, but you need to be very patient. Never lose temper or scold a Pathfinder. Right now, especially some of them who are not so coordinated physically. They don't have very good motor coordination. You got to be very careful in teaching them how to march so that their left hand goes out with the right leg going out, and not the left hand and left leg going out at the same time. I wish I can show you what I'm talking about, but like I said, during Zoom, many things can be only spoken but not actually demonstrated. Okay. Now, you could be enthusiastic. Show that you yourself like drill and marching, right? So you got to be enthusiastic. Say, hey, everyone, fall in and show that you're enthusiastic. This is important as a drill instructor. Now, be very consistent. Stick to the standard manual. Once you decide on the drill manual, you keep to it. Now, when I was the union youth director, I got all the Malaysian mission. You see, my union is very challenging because we have 7 countries and 7 different countries. Okay, and then in Malaysia we have got 3 mission. So I got the 3 mission youth director and got their drill instructor to come up with a standardized drill for all the Malaysians. So as a result, Malaysia, we have our own standard drill manual now. Those in Thailand tend to use the American version and so on. But you must come up with your standard drill manual and teach by demonstration. Consistently stick to it. Don't keep changing. It confuses the Pathfinder. Now, then as a drill instructor, you must have what I call the presence or personality. Set yourself an example. Wear a full uniform. Stand at attention when you give command and always dress smartly, right? It is expected. And when you do that, you will win the respect and gain their attention, right? Okay. Now, this is where I need to tell you, if you are from a country that has got a British colonial history, let me explain to you how now Malaysia, where I was born, and Singapore, where I now live, we are both British colonial countries. Okay, we have a history of British colonization. So our drill and marching is definitely British style. Now, in a standard drill command, if you listen to how a British officer, a drill officer give out a command, if you really do understand drill and marching, you will notice it goes something like this. Okay, now let me give you an example. If you want the officers, the police officers or the soldiers to turn left. Now notice how that military officer will say. He will say something like this. So say, contingent to the left, move. Okay. Now, what is happening? Why does he say this way? Because there are 3 parts to the commandment. First of all, he will say, contingent to the left. So this is what we call introduction. So the people in that squad or with the contingent in which he's asking them to do the execution already know to the left, so they know they're supposed to move to the left. And then before he actually say move, there is what we call the cautionary. Cautionary is to tell them, I'm about to ask you to turn. So this is what will be something like this. Okay, watch carefully again. All right, if I will say with regards to Pathfinder, it will be something like this. Pathfinders to the left. Now notice I drag my voice. Why do I drag? To the left. Why? Because I'm about to give the executive. The executive is just one word. Poof! You see, and it's very loud and it's sharp. So before you cannot say Pathfinder to the left, poof! They will have a heart attack. So what we do, we have what we call the cautionary, where you drag that part so they know that they are getting ready to execute the movement. So let me try it again. Now remember, this is the British style of command. Pathfinders to the left. Now, do you notice I drag the word left? To the left. Move! Now that is the executive. It's just one word, right? A sharp command, which is like a whip. I mean, the crack of the whip, and they move right away. So first I introduce the command, what they're supposed to do. Then I drag it, that's called the cautionary. And then I give the executive, which is the actual command for them to execute the movement. So again, Pathfinders to the left. You see, to the left, so they know there's something to do with the left. To the left, move, or to the left, turn, okay, or to the left, face, okay. So this is just one word. To the left, the word left is being dragged, and then face or turn, okay. This is just one word. All right. Anyway, this is to demonstrate to you how this is done in British colonial. With a British colonial history. Now, this one is important under drill marching. There are, let me see, 7 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 terms you must know. So let me try to explain what these terms are in drill marching. When I ask people to, you see, Pathfinder can when they assemble, they either assemble under the line formation or the column formation now. So what on earth is the line formation and the column formation? Now, watch very carefully. Line means Pathfinder are side by side of each other. So this is not line. All right, this is not line. This is actually column. So this is the captain, the scribe, the members, and the last word is the counselor. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, a line formation is side by side. So this is me, the drill instructor or the club director. The D stands for director. All right, and the CO is the counselor, and the MMM are the members. S is the scribe. C is the captain. So can you imagine all of you are facing me, and I'm the club director or the drill instructor. So so unit 1, this is actually members of unit 1, right? Let me see. Yeah, correct. Right. So the one on the extreme left is the captain, and he's the one with the guidon with the unit flag, scribe, members. So when they are standing side by side in this way, this is called the line formation. Members are standing side by side. So now unit 1 is the first line, unit 2 is the second line, and unit 3 is the third line. So that's what we mean by line formation. Now then, what is a rank? Rank and line are actually the same thing, but rank is one single line, meaning to say, look carefully, there are actually 3 lines here. So this is line 1, this is line 2, and this is line 3. So right, so let me tell you again, the entire thing is called the line formation. This is when I call it, when I say Pathfinder fall in line formation, and so they know exactly that captain here, scribe here, members, and then counselor. So this is a line formation, and you were asked line. I mean, when I said rank, first rank fall out, that means this one fall out. The rank 2 and rank 3 stay on. Or I can say rank 3 fall out, so rank 3 is the one that falls out. So this is rank 1, rank 2, rank 3. So the entire thing is called line. One part of it is called a rank. So I hope you understand. When Pathfinder are standing side by side, this is known as the line formation, and one line is known as rank. So first rank, second rank, third rank. I hope you understand. All right, now the second, remember I told you there are only 2 kinds of formation when people assemble together. Line formation where they are side by side, or column where Pathfinders are one behind one another. Now this is line, column. So this is the first column, you see. Captain is here, scribe is here, member is here, and then the counselor is here. Now, so look at this other picture now. Now, okay, here is an example of a line formation. You can see here, the captain is here, the scribe is here, all the members, and the last person is the counselor, unit 1 counselor. Unit 2 counselor is here. So this first row is rank number 1, then rank number 2, and rank number 3. All right. So this is unit 1, unit 2, and unit 3. So I hope you understand what I'm talking about. All right. Right. Now this is looking from the sideway. So first, this whole thing is line. Remember. So all this on the extreme left are the counselors. On the extreme right will be the captain. Right. So this is me standing over here. All right. Column. This is where the captain is in front, scribe is behind, members behind, and the last person, the counselor. So when members are standing one behind each other, this is known as the column formation. Members are standing one behind the other. When they are on one behind each other, we call this a column formation. Okay, so I hope you understand what is a column right now. Now, therefore, what is a file? Right, so now the next thing is a file. File and column are together. Why? A file is simply one single column. So let me explain again. Right, now here again you see the column formation. When members are standing side by side, unit 1 is here, unit 2 is here, unit 3 is here. The whole of unit 1 is known as a file. So I can say file 1 fall out. That means this is the one that fall out. So you can see this is file number 1, file number 2, file number 3. So one single unit is known as a file. The entire thing is known as a column. I hope you understand. One single unit is a file. The entire thing is a column. So same thing with here. One single thing here, one single row here is a rank, but the entire thing here is called a column. So remember line, rank, column, and then file. Okay, so remember line, rank, column, file. Line and rank are together, column and file are together. Now we talk about now here is a column. You can see here, captain is here, scribe is here, and the last person is the counselor, right? So this is a column formation, right? Now, what is the meaning of the word interval? We are talking about space. Now, can you see here this person and this person? The space between this person and this person, left to right, is called the interval. And the space between the front person and the back person, this is called the distance. So behind here is the distance, and this is distance. So let me show you again. Now, between this lady and this man, this is distance, distance. So if I say check your distance, I'm talking about check your distance here. If I say check your interval, I'm talking about the space between the front and the back, front and the back. So I hope you understand. This front and back would be interval. So again, this is interval, and this is distance, okay? I hope you can understand interval here and distance. Next thing, what is a flank? A flank is just a military term for either the left side or the right side. Now, so watch carefully. So if I ask you, okay, watch your right flank, you look at your right side. Look at your left flank, you look at the left side. Now, unfortunately, you may not understand why we use the word flank. Because in marching, you have got a flank march, you also have a column march. Let me see if there's a video of a flank. Okay, yeah, there was a flank march. Okay, watch very carefully again this video. You'll be understand. By the way, this is actually a line formation. Now watch again. Watch again. Okay, now watch how they execute a flank. Now they're all this way, but suddenly they're turning left all together. Okay, so that is a flank march. Okay, watch carefully the flank march. Suddenly it becomes a column. Now this is line. Suddenly, now watch. Now you notice, now what has actually happened is that they executed a flank march. Okay, so just now is what we call leg flank march. So all of a sudden from the line formation, it became a column formation. Okay, watch again. Now, so this is column, okay? This is column formation. Now, this one is special. This one is known as the wheel march. And then they're going to do another flank. Now watch again. So now you understand. Flank refers to the left side or the right side. So flank is simply your left side or your right side. So if the scribe who is on his left flank, a member who is on his right flank, the captain. So that's what I'm talking about. Just like this member, who is the person on your left flank? Counselor. Who is the person on your right? Is a member. So your left side and right side are referred to as the flank. Cadence simply means the timing. Like for example, when you execute any movement, like the British, that you always like to say when you turn do a left turn, left turn, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so that's the timing sequence for the execution of a drill movement. Sometimes like you do a salute, officer salute 1. Okay, it's because it's just 1, right? If you do any turning, usually it will be a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 1, that kind of stuff. So that refers to as cadence, the timing sequence. All right, now watch another video. All right, this is the British drill, where this is actually British drill. Okay, so I won't be able to go through the whole 7 minutes, but watch very carefully. All right. Oh, what happened? Oh no. Come on. Is it working? It was working just now. Oh no, something now. Okay, let's try again. What happened? I was just hoping this one is quite a good one where you can see how they do it. Right, maybe I'll go straight into the video. Let's see whether you can see it. Oh, sorry. Let's see. Right. Can you see this? Can all of you see this? By the way, tell me.
You're still sharing the PowerPoint. So.
Oh. So I'm not sharing this file. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's the problem. stop sharing. So what happened? I thought it was being shared. Oh, you can't see it. Huh? This one you can't see it. Okay, let me try that again. Okay, here it is. I think that's the one. All right. Can you see it now, all of you?
Yes,
Can you see it?
Pastor. Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's hope it works. Oh, okay, let me start again. Now, there is a reason why I'm showing this, okay? You see, you have to decide whether you're going to use a British-based drill or the American-based drill, all right? Those of you in India, you'll be using British. Those of you from who have many Filipino among your members, you'll probably move towards the American one. So you folks have to decide which system you're going to use, okay? I don't think there's anyone, I don't know how the Spanish, the Latin, those from South America, I don't know how they do it. I'm only acquainted with the British and American. These two I'm very well acquainted. But watch how the difference between the British and the American now, especially the right dress. Now watch how this group of cadets are doing the right dress, okay? Watch that. Now that's the right dress. Okay, let me stop here. Did you notice that the head is looking where the hand is, right? So they are doing what we call the right dress. The right dress is to allow them to space up correctly, right? So that that they won't bump into each other. So that's known as the right dress. Now watch very carefully how they execute it, okay? Okay, space up himself. Eyes front, okay? So in America they say face front. So it's a different word, either eyes front or face front.
Tallest on the right, shortest on the left. In right, side.
You notice the introduction and then the executive. Notice how the arms are swung at the 90% incline, okay? 90-degree incline, okay?
Whoa. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Odd numbers, 2 paces.
Odd numbers in front, even numbers stay behind, okay?
1, stand fast. Right, left, down.
Okay? Now, watch, let me stop here. Did you notice this person did not move? Why? In British drill, this person is known as the marker. The marker never moves because he is like the main pillar from which the rest will know how to position themselves. If he moves, then they will have no idea how to position themselves. So this person is the most important person. Is known as the right marker. The right marker does not move, and the rest will fall behind him. Okay. Now what happened is that just now, if you watch very carefully, all right, they were this way. Now they're going to form into 3 rows, okay? 3 rows. All right, watch it.
Wait,
all right, see, when the third person comes in, then the third. All right, okay. Only when the third person comes in, then they'll turn together. Very smartly done. And so again, you see, now we have become 3 rows, and they are all sized up from the tallest to the shortest, and tallest to the shortest, and in this case, the shortest to the tallest. But they are all sized up together. All right. Okay. Okay. Now that's the right dress again. Now the reason why I keep emphasizing the right dress is this: British style, British military style is where the right hand will be up and the face will also be looking right. But in the American one, the right dress, when they do the right dress, the hands is actually on the left side and the eyes will be looking on the right side. So it's a little bit very, very different. American way of doing it is a little bit different when it comes to the right dress, okay? So that's the major difference, one of the major differences. Okay, watch how they do the left turn and right turn. Again, another right dress.
Front. Move to the right. Right. Down.
Notice how the command was given. Move to the right. Right. You notice he dragged the word right. turn, move to the right, right, turn. That is exactly what I meant. Introduction, cautionary, and executive. Okay. How smart the
Into line. Left. Turn.
Now, when you hear the banging, only one sound, that means they have actually achieved the unity. Okay, instead of pa 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 pa, it's just bam, one sound, and that's what you want your Pathfinder to do, to reach that standard. This is standard. Now, again, another big difference between British and American. When the command stand and is given, notice the hand are still very neatly tucked behind. There is no gap between this elbow and the body. There's no gap. It's tight. Okay, so the hands is tightly put behind. Now, in the American, when they say stand at ease, the hand is how to say, you will see there's a gap here. That's because the folded hands are up, where in this case the folded hands behind are way below, right? Only when the next command stand easy, then they're allowed to move the hand. So in the American, there's no command called stand easy. There's only stand at ease.
One. Stand. Move to the right. Right here. Fight. Front. Some. Left. Some.
Yeah, three kinds: salute, front salute, left salute, and the right salute.
Right. Some.
Right. Now, let me also tell you something. The British salute, the palms are open, where in the American salute, the palms are facing down. Okay, so when the palms are facing forward, can you notice that the open palms? You know this is British. The American never does this. American, the palms will be facing down. Okay, so that's it I want to say about this, because due to the shortage of time. All right, now watch now another. Oh, sorry. Now I need to go to back to the PowerPoint again. Oh boy, where am I now? Where am I? Let's see. Back to, okay, here. All right. Okay. You can see the screen again, Lynn? Yeah?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now let's hope the other one will work. Now look at the American Pathfinder drill, fancy drill. Now, by the way, this is the way the American Pathfinder will do what we call the fancy drill. And those people from the military, from the British tradition, they don't appreciate it as much. That's because it's quite fanciful. All right, so you have to understand the so-called cultural difference, how the British does it, how the American does it. Now, so if you have a competition of drill and marching between those who are trained the British style, they tend to be very traditional. They do not have all those funny, fancy movement. Whereas the American one will have all those fancy ones. Okay, now watch this. This is actually one of the top American American Pathfinder Club called the Orion Club. Right? I hope it works. Okay, good. This is the fancy drill competition, and this is Orion. They have been featured on YouTube a couple of times. Very, very good. Now watch them coming in. This is the drill commander. He carries the baton of authority. Now, did you notice how she salute? Salute, the palm is facing down. That's because she's American. Again, watch how she salutes. Yeah, but by the way, can I say something? Let me tell you something there. This particular club is quite interesting because if it's really an American-based club, the arms will not be swung at a 90-degree. Now, for this club, it's swung at a 90-degree. So apparently, there is a fusion of both British style and American style, because the way the arms are swung, you know that there is some kind of a infusion of the British style. Okay.
Squad forward!
There's the quality now. So I have a feeling that instructor may be British. So because American will not swing their arms at a 90-degree incline. Okay. Quite smart, quite smart. You will never find this in a country where they practice British view. Now, I just realized this club is definitely has British influence because the way they do the right dress is exactly how the British will do it. American right dress is not like this. Okay, their hands will be stretched out this way, but the head will be looking the other side. Okay, so let me just tell you. Okay, anyway, that's it for this one. Let me come back to the presentation again because there is something I want to show you. All right, so, oh, sorry. Now, the basic commands you need to remember as a drill instructor is fall in. This command is to get the Pathfinder all into formation. Remember, there are only two ways they fall in. Line formation, where they are side by side, or column formation, where they are one behind each other. I hope you remember line formation, where they are side by side, or column, where they are one behind each other. You have to decide whether you want them to line up column formation or line formation. Okay, so at the command fall in, they all should be running into either the line formation or the column formation. All right, now here they have really fall in. All right, as you can see, this is definitely a line formation. Remember, this is the first one, rank 1, second one is rank 2, and the last one is rank 3. Okay, so one particular line is called a rank. So first rank, second rank, and third rank. If you look from, if they are all one behind each other, then it will be column. But in this case, it's definitely a line formation. Now, next command is the right dress. Now, you already seen now. This is how they do the right dress for the British, right? When you do a right dress, the hands stretch out to the right, touching the shoulder, and the head also look to the right. But look at how the American right dress is done. Now, this is how the American right dress is done. Okay, see how different it is? Even the marker move. Okay, now normally in British system, the marker does not move at all, but even the marker moves. So you see, so while this person is looking to the marker, but his hand, her hand is to the others, is on the other side. This is one of the peculiarity of the, oh, sorry, it looks like, no, this person is the marker. Now, how can I tell who is the marker? The marker is always looking in front. The rest are all looking to the left. So therefore, you can tell this person is the marker, all right? So they fall in based on this person's position. But look at, again, at the right dress. Head is looking to the right side, while the hand is pointing to the left. This one, hand is pointing to the right side, while at the same time, the head is also looking right. So you see a big difference between British and American. So just to let you know, if you do know drill and marching, I'm glad I was trained in this very well because I was a British, St. John ambulance officer. I was trained in all these things, so I know this very, very well. All right.
Pastor.
Now, yes.
Before you follow, just a reminder that there are 25 minutes for the drill and marching. So that you
okay.
Can
all right. Okay, I have to, because I want to cover a lot more things. Okay. Now, after the right dress, the command for you to put down the hand is known as eyes front, or in the case of the American, face front. So simply means to put down a hand, right? And so, well, you were looking to the left, now you're going to look in front. Same thing here. They're all looking to the right, now they're going to look in front. So that's why it's known as eyes front or face front. Okay. Now, stand at ease. Now, remember I told you this is, again, you see the difference between British and American. When the British say stand at ease, the American will say parade, rest, but essentially it's the same thing. Big difference is this. During the British stand at ease, there is no gap between, between the hands. There is no gap at all, right? I hope you understand what I mean by gap, because the folded hands is really way down at the body, whereas in the American, you will see there is a gap. Okay, let me show you. Now, here is an example. Pathfinder stand at ease. Now, watch very carefully. There's no gap here. Notice that it's so tight. Whereas in the American, you see, there is a gap. Can you see the gap here? This is what I mean by the gap. Now, so in Pathfinder, we will say stand at ease. The American will say parade, rest. Okay, so same thing, but the difference is that the British will not have gap, the American will have gap. So what happened? For the British, after this is always followed by another command. Pathfinders stand easy. Then their hand can come up to this level. So only when the command stand easy, now this is the one, or at ease or stand easy, then the hand can come up. Now in the American, there's no command called at ease or stand easy. There's only stand at ease. Okay, so again, you got to remember there's a little bit of difference right now. So this is where the Pathfinder is now at ease. You can see now there's a gap. Right now, let me show you again. This is Pathfinders at ease, right? And this one, Pathfinders stand at ease. So that is stand at ease, and this is Pathfinder at ease or stand easy, or you can also call stand easy. And there's a gap. All right. Now then, when you want the hand to go back to this position, because you're going to execute the attention, you got to warn them, and the warning is simply Pathfinders ready. Now, when you say ready, you don't shout. This is just an alert that I'm going to give to command for you to bring down your hand from here. You bring it down, and it becomes like this. All right. So from this position, you have to bring it down, sharp down. So that's why you say, Pathfinders ready, and then after that you shout, Pathfinders, or in the British they say squat, or whatever. You know. So at that command, the hands come down, right? So from this position, you become like this, right? Now, because only when you're in this position can you do the attention, then you can do the attention, all right? I mean, for the British, the American, there's no problem. And then after that, attention, or in some cases they say attention, all right? It's all talking about the same thing, attention. Now, I like to say attention. Why? Do you notice I drag the word 10? Attention, right? You need to drag so people know and prepare themselves mentally for the turn, right? So in the attention, watch very carefully. I forgot to mention something. When you execute the stand at ease, the left leg that was here goes out, and when the attention, the left leg come back in again. So the left leg go out during stand at ease, and then attention, the left leg must come back. You lift up your leg and you bring it back to this position, right? Okay. Now, this person is now at the attention position, right? Now, left turn. Now, watch very carefully. Left turn is to execute a turn 90 degree. British, they call it left turn. American, they call it left face. Okay, so left turn or left face. Now, watch. I have taken this picture of a Pathfinder many years ago. Watch what happened. When I say left turn, right, first he will turn to the right, and when he turns to the right, what actually happened is that the ankle is lifted up. You notice the ankle is lifted up for the right leg, where here you will be the toes to be lifted up slightly. So once he executes the 90 degree, then he lift up the leg to a 90 degree. Now here it's not perfect 90, but it should be 90, and then he bring it down. So 1, 2, 3, 1. So it goes this way. Pathfinders to the left, turn. He will turn this 1, right? 2, lift up the leg, and then you usually go to the 1, 2, 3, 1, where the leg come down with a bang. So that's how we do a left turn. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. This is 2, 3, 1. Okay. Now, likewise, the right turn, same thing. Pathfinders to the right, right, turn. So again, he turned to the right, 1, 2, 3, where he lift up, 2, 3, he lift up is 2, 3 is 90 degree, 1, he bring it down to the tension. So 1, 2, 3, 1. So just like this one, 1, 2, 3, where it's already highest, 1. Okay, so I hope you understand. So this is 1, 2, 3, 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 1. Now the left turn and the right turn, one thing you could remember, the arms must be tightly put on the side of the body. Do not swing your arms. The arms should always be glued to the side of your body. Your arms should not be seen swinging when you do the right turn, the left turn. Now about turn is very, very difficult to do. Okay, now this one, again, the secret is this. When you do an about turn, the way to do about turn, as long as your hands are really stretched down and pointing downwards, if you don't move, you will not be off balance. But if your hands should come out of your body, you will fall off. You will fall when you do the about turn, because this is a 180 degree turn. Okay, no, sorry, a 360 degree turn, right? Yeah, correct. It's a 360 degree turn. Okay. Now remember, it's always executed from the right. So when you do the right about turn, is you move from the right and then make a full 360. Sorry, it's not 360. It's 180. I beg your pardon. 360 means you come back one full turn. So I make a mistake here. This one should not be 100. It should be 180, not 360. So this is something I need to update later on for daily, because I said the wrong one. Okay, let me come back here again. Okay, all right. Okay, so watch how he does it. Pathfinder's to the right. I mean, oh boy, this one is printed wrongly. This is not right turn. It should be about turn. There have been some typo. About turn, and this one about face. Okay, so daily, remind me to send you the updated one. Daily, huh? Daily, remind me to send you the updated one, because this one is wrong. Okay.
Yes, yes, we'll remind you.
Okay, yeah, I need to send you, because if not, they'll be getting the wrong information. All right, now, as long as the hands are anchored down, so you do not swing your hand, then at the command, Pathfinders, about, usually we see something, Pathfinders run about, turn. So what happened is that from here, he turns fully 180 degree. You notice that? Then he lift up his hand. So this is 1, 2, 3. When it's 90 degree, 1, bring it down. So this is turning from the right. Now remember, not from the left. There's never, when you do about turn, it's never from the left, but from the right. So you turn to the right, full 180 degree. So that's 1, 2, he lift up, 3 is 90 degree, 1, he brings it down. So this is how we do it, okay? Now present arms means salute, okay? All right, so present arms, you actually put up your hand for the salute. Now again, the difference I told you again, right? This is how the American base will be doing the salute. Pathfinder generally around the world, this is how we do salute. But if you are from a British based country, now this is interesting. I'm from Malaysia, but for all our Pathfinders in Malaysia and Singapore, this is how we do the salute, right? But if you look at the British country, their palms will be stretched out. The American one, the palms is facing down, okay? Okay, now this is correct, but this person is wrong, okay? So here you can see this person have done it wrong. All right, he is actually doing the British style. My son those days, he is so old now, he is doing correctly, right? So this is how we normally do it, but this person is doing the British style. All right. Order arms means you bring down your hand, okay? Order arms, you bring down your hand, okay? Mark time. Now this one is difficult to demonstrate, okay? Where you'll be doing what we call stationary marching. So from where you're standing, if I say mark time, you lift up your left leg and then you bring it down and then you bring up the right leg. So be left, right, left, right, left. So the hands is going up, down, up. I mean the hands, the legs, up, down, up, down, up, down. Keep going up, right? Until the commands, Pathfinders, halt. Then you stop the mark time, okay? Anyway, this part is very difficult to teach because you can't really see what I'm talking about, right? Same thing, 3 steps to the left, you simply move 3 steps to the left. So the command 3 steps to the left, to the right, to the right, move. And then next one, 3 steps to the left, move. This one is actually better if you can actually see it, but unfortunately I don't have a video to demonstrate this. Next time I'll probably get somebody to videotape it, but right now it's locked down, so we can't travel easily. Right, now this is 3 steps to the back, and then you have 3 steps to the front. Okay, so I can't say too much because there's no demonstration for this. Now this one I can say something. There is a command called prayer. Pathfinders, prayer, attention. Now when you do the attention, there are 2 ways to do it. If you're wearing a beret, and when you're not wearing a beret is, I'm talking about the head cover, okay? If you're wearing a beret, then it'll be a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whereas if you don't have a beret, it's just 1, 2. So let me now show you what I'm talking about, okay? Now here, yeah, question. Did somebody say something? No, huh? All right. So when the command is given, Pathfinders, prayer, attention, this is what you do. Okay, you do a parade rest, you see, and then that's 1, and then 2, you put down your head. 1 is to do a parade rest, 2, you bow down your head. So this is the correct way to do prayer. So Pathfinders, if you are truly a Pathfinder, trained in the traditional Pathfinder way, every time we have prayer, I expect to see your hands behind your back, because this has always been and will always be the correct Pathfinder prayer attention, okay, as from the very beginning. Now, unless you folks decide to change, but I'm teaching you what it used to be. So that's why you notice even in America, they're still following this tradition. Prayer attention, the hands are folded and it's put behind, okay? That's prayer attention. All right, so if you don't have a beret, it's just 2 count. 1, where you do a parade rest, where you move the left leg to the left, and then you put both hands behind, and then 2, you bow down your head. But if you are wearing a beret, when you're wearing the hat here, now here you can see this person wearing a beret, where in this case, both of them are not wearing beret, so it's just 1, 2. But if you are wearing a beret or a head cover, watch very carefully, it will be altogether 4 count, okay? Even though it's 6 picture, but there's only 4 counts. Pathfinders, prayer attention. So now, the moment you hear prayer attention, you notice both legs are together, but when it's prayer attention, the left leg is being brought to the left leg is stretched, brought to the left, which is a parade rest. And then this is 1, 2, the hands move to the top to the head to get the beret. 3, this is 3. 3, you bring it down, and 4, at the point of 4, your beret will be behind, and at the 4, you also bow down your head for prayer. So Pathfinders, prayer attention. So you do a parade rest. This is 1, 2, reach out for your beret. 3, you bring it down quickly, and 4, you bow down your head for prayer. So let me say again, this is 1, this is 2, this 2 is actually 3, this is 3, and this is 4, where you bow your head for prayer. All right, and the moment you hit amen, you quickly put back your beret, and then you stand back at attention again. All right, now fall out is interesting. There's a difference between fall out, which is the opposite of fall in, and then Pathfinders dismiss. What's the difference? In fall out, all right, just as you do dismiss, you turn to the right, okay? Pathfinders fall out, so you turn to the right, then you march 3 steps forward. Whereas in dismiss, Pathfinders dismiss. Now, why do we use the word dismiss and not fall out? Difference is this. Fall out means the meeting is still not over. That means you still will have to come back again. But when I say dismiss, you are able to go home. The meeting has ended. So we only use dismiss at the very last part. At the end of the meeting, then you say, Pathfinders dismiss. Do not say dismiss, right? All the other time you say fall out. So only at the end of the meeting, then you say Pathfinder dismiss. And there's a difference. Same thing with fall out. You turn to the right, remember? Then you march 3 steps. But before that, for the dismiss, watch very carefully, right? Pathfinders dismiss. You turn to the right, right? Then you give a salute, right? Where that means you salute, all right? And then you move 3 steps forward. So the difference between the fall out and the dismiss. In the dismiss, there is a salute when you dismiss, right? Now, every time you make a mistake, you give the command as you were. That means you go back to the original position. As you were means to go back to the original position, all right? Okay. Forward march is where you start to move forward. Forward march, and you always start off with your left leg, right? You never start off marching from your right leg, but from the left leg, okay? When you move out with your left leg, you swing the right hand. The problem with many uncoordinated people is that when they step up the left leg, the left hand also step up. You can't march with the left leg out with the left hand out. You can't do that. So when the left leg is out, the right hand is out. When the right leg is out, the left hand is out. So remember this, okay? Mark time is where you do stationary march or marching. That, like I said, it's difficult to teach this one because there's no video. Halt, where you ask the Pathfinders to stop, okay? Right, now, when you do pledge taking, Pathfinder doing the pledge and the law, Pathfinders hands up. This is what you probably ask them to do. And so then you say, by the grace of God, I'll be pure, kind, and true, okay? And then hands down. Right, now this is where I end this particular section. For the drill, after that, we go to induction, okay? Now, remember last week, I did mention to you, when you do attendance reporting, there's 3 ways to report. So I put it down for you to remember. This is called the roll call. So Unit 1, Captain report. So Unit 1, Captain salute and say, Unit 1, reporting, all present, sir. Now that is if all the unit members are present. So you can only say all present, sir, if all unit members are present. So the unit captain check to see if everybody is present. Now, if 2 are absent, then when I say Unit 2 report, the Unit 2 captain will say, Unit 2 captain report, 2 absent, sir. Always end with the word sir. Or if the director is a lady, 2 absent, ma'am or madam. Now, remember I told you, if during the roll call, one of them is still in the toilet, he's actually in the church, he's actually in the compound, but during the roll call, was still dressing up or having to answer nature call. So he's actually present. So your answer should not be 1 absent, sir. No, all is present. But you cannot say he is present because why? He's not in the roll call. But you say, Unit 3 reporting, all accounted for, sir, right? I mean, if you're in Unit 3, you say, Unit 3 reporting or Unit 1 reporting, all accounted for, sir. So remember, this is the way to reply. All present, sir, 1 absent, sir, 3 absent, sir. Never say all absent, sir, because you are the captain, you are reporting, so you cannot say all absent. And then all accounted for, that means everybody is around, but 1 or 2 person was still in the toilet, all right? So that is all for this section.